so this one's probably going to be our final one. Rev did put something out. And he put something out about about Burt Peanut winning best VTuber. And I want to look at this. And it's a really because I am genuinely curious to see Rev's opinion and other opinions that I'm sure he's going to discuss in this video, because it's a longer video. That's why I said this is probably going to take, go till the end of stream. So I'm like, this has been very polarizing. The fact that Burt Peanut won Best VTuber, this has become very polarizing. And it's also my space. The space that I operate in as a streamer. So I kind of want to hear about the news on this one. So let's waste no time. It's going to be a long one. Let's just jump in.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So today we're going to be looking at the results of the very prestigious and well-respected events of the Streamer Awards of 2020.
Oh my god, Red! 5 seconds in, you're already hitting us with the jokes. God bless you, Red. Thank you so much. I needed that laughter. Thank you so much. Wait, Mousy is where heckle. Mousy was getting death threats defending Peanuts? Oh, yeah. All right. Rev will probably talk about that. Oh, I hadn't heard about that. That's not something I've heard about. Okay, let's go.
This is something we've been hinting at for quite some time because there was some drama involving the nomination list and some of the people involved, and it really lived up to what you expect from an award show like this. It's ultimately a joke and shouldn't be taken that seriously because at the end of the day, this is not some neutral and ultimately fair landscape where the best streamer's going to win each category that is assigned to them. Instead, it's ultimately a...
Oh, really, Heckle? She only says, oh, so this is new. So Mousy is a pit. So Mousy said on stream like 30 minutes ago that she's getting... Fuck, so this won't be in the video. So Iron Mouse is receiving death threats because she said something positive and supportive of about Burt Peanut beating her out as best VTuber. And so now she's receiving, Jesus Christ, people are fucked. Like, well, Revan, people are mad because they don't consider Peanut a VTuber. Now, that is an entirely different discussion of whether or not Burt Peanut is considered a VTuber or not. He has a filter that could be construed as an avatar. And so there's debate on if he's a VTuber. He himself has said he does not consider himself a VTuber. He actually says that he hates VTubers. And that is what is sticking with a lot of people, is that he says, I'm not a VTuber and I hate VTubers. And people are pissed because he has this attitude. And he actually, like, as a troll said, nominate me for VTuber, I'm gonna win best VTuber and piss off the entire VTuber community. So he did it with animus, and that is what people are by and large pissed off about, is that he doesn't think he's a VTuber, he hates VTubers, and he wanted to win best VTuber just to piss people off. So yeah. And now, and Mousy put out a tweet saying that she's happy for Peanut, that he won the best VTuber. She, like, put out something positive. Mousy actually put out a positive tweet saying, that good job, and she's not the only one. Mousy's not the only one. Alana did too. Alana put something out too. And now Mousy's getting death threats, according, from what you're saying, Heckle? She's receiving death threats by being positive? What the fuck is wrong with people? This is just, Now, No, Revan, it's, yeah, I know the whole thing about a quote-unquote P-tuber. I know. It's like, okay, it'll probably get into this. I have no doubt that Kitchenero's tweet is going to be up here because she is probably she's one of the VTubers I've seen that has been basically going on the offensive and saying, like, her tweet was a non-VTuber, just won best VTuber. I have no doubt her tweet's going to be up here, so let's keep going.
Circle jerk of a bunch of the most popular streamers in the scene. And during this, a lot of people are showing up to really just make a public appearance and ultimately create a lot of drama, as we've seen with this edition in 2025. There was a lot of drama and controversy, and that's...
Well, I'm going to pause a lot on this. Fotch. Vanderwalkie, that's exactly why I put out the tweet that I did. That is precisely why I put out a tweet saying, this is, it's rage bait. The streamer awards means nothing. It was literally just the LA streamers all jerking themselves off and giving themselves awards saying, look at how wonderful we are. And it means nothing. The streamer awards literally means nothing. It does not give anyone a boost in their streaming career. It doesn't give you any extra money. It means nothing. It is a platitude. Because what it all boils down to in the end is, are the people that in your stream entertained? Are you having fun in your stream? Are the people in your stream having fun with what you do? If the answer is yes, that's all that matters. No awards, no nothing. If you as a streamer are enjoying yourself, if the people in your stream are enjoying themselves with what you do, that is literally all that matters. Everything else is bonus and doesn't mean anything. At least nothing tangible. That's what I put out in my tweet. Now, whether or not that's going to show up here, I don't know, but we'll find out.
What we're going to be laughing at today, because what else do you do with an event like this? So there's a lot to talk about. We're going to see some drama involving the host, Cutie Cinderella, who spent over $1 million apparently on this event.
Oof.
She's being called racist for some of her comments. She also made some jokes to the expense of Hassan Piker, who decided to dress up as Chairman Mao for some reason, which honestly makes a lot more sense when you realize his regime.
Well, yeah, I don't know about if Polymark had put any money into it or not. I don't doubt that there was betting like fucking crazy. That doesn't surprise me, because there's betting in everything. Literally, gambling is in every facet of our lives now. It's in streamer awards, it's in news, it's in traditional sports, it's in politics, it's fucking everywhere. We saw the video on that. And yeah, Garrett, I know. Yeah, Cutie was like, I don't want problematic streamers, but she allowed Hassan. This was mentioned earlier. He's an LA streamer. They still glom onto him. Even though he's problematic, they're still going to bring him here, looking like a fucking member of the CCP in this fucking quote-unquote suit. Like, he's still on that communist grind set. But yeah, of course they let Hassan, because he's part of the LA streaming organization. Or part of the LA streamers group, so of course they let him in. But Asmongold and Tectone, they're not in the cool kids. They're not in the pretty people's club. So they're like, no, you can't come because you're not part of our group. But Hassan, even though he's like just as bad or worse than Tectone or Asmongold, well, he's actually part of the LA Streamers Collective. So of course he's invited.
Regime executed millions of dogs because they're seen as a sign of luxury. But also we had this full-grown woman, 29-year-old India Love, crashing the stage and making a statement, basically upset because another streamer who's a 17-year-old kid didn't win an award she thought he should have. And then we're going to see the very controversial results of the Best VTuber Award.
Okay, can we first back up for a second? This is fucking, what's his name? This is fucking Kanye West all over again. This is someone with minority privilege jumping up onto a stage, bitching and moaning that their favorite person didn't win an award. Like, for shucks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. She thinks she's fucking Kanye West with this shit. Like, oh, the person that I like didn't win Breakout Streamer, so I have to crash the stage and say something. Because I am just so important and I have minority privilege. Because she's not white.
We'll get into that. But also, there is another situation where Kai was called Diddy by one of the hosts, and that obviously sparked a lot of controversy. But let's begin with the host, Cutie Cinderella, who's been in a lot of drama recently. She's been involved with the whole Collargate situation, as we've covered before. And she made some funny jokes, I will say. She made a joke about Dan Clancy being ultimately a creepy old man. Not really much of a joke. People just kind of know that at this point. But she made a lot of jokes at the expense of Hassan Piker. That was really a theme of the night. Here's one of the examples.
Really, Ines? The person presenting the VTuber award was just like, I don't fucking care? Why didn't they have a VTuber present it? Why not have a VTuber present the VTuber award? How hard would that be? No, because the reality is the LA streamers hate VTubers. I'm just gonna say this now. The LA streamers fucking hate VTubers. Why? Because VTubers are more popular than the LA streamers. The LA streamers are losing their luster. People don't care about them as much anymore, and they're gravitating towards the VTubers because the VTubers are more entertaining. They are more fun to be around. They're more engaging. And they don't strictly rely upon their looks. They actually have personality. Whereas live streamers like Cutie Cinderella, like Pokimane, like all of these other, with the exception of Emeru. Emeru actually has personality, but she's not really part of the LA streaming scene. All of the LA streamers...
pussy is the best pussy because it never gets old.
Also very true. People are becoming done with the LA streamers because they're completely two-faced and they're completely fake. And so they're all gravitating towards the VTubers because we're entertaining. We engage with our audiences. We actually do stuff. We make our streams fun. And they hate us for it.
Examples of that.
Stay seated as much as possible. Hassan, if you see Sea Dog get up, you can use your remote.
Now, ultimately, this is very...
Bro, that was such a fucking knee slapper. And by the way, don't get up. She's a fucking Karen teacher. You better not get out of your seats, class. Better not get up, or you'll have detention.
Very funny. This is a funny interaction given the two people this is between, because number one, you have Cutie Cinderella, who ultimately contradicted statements made by Hassan Piker a couple months ago when the whole shock collar incident started, Collargate, if you will. She came out with a statement as a co-host on a podcast with Hassan and someone who spends a lot of time with him and said there is tape on the collar and there was also shock prongs that were taken off, which completely contradicted everything Hassan had said up until that point. And there was a bunch of crash outs from her when she was criticized for that, or at least exposed for contradicting him. And now we're also seeing these jokes where Hassan and all these people involved with the controversy are trying to say, we're in on the joke too, which is totally not the reality. Okay, Hassan is seething about this. This is why...
And Leah, let us not forget, he tried to equate this. We must not forget, we talk about this. Hassan had tried to equate this, a guy just trolling him in Ireland, to Emeru's sexual assault. That is not hyperbole. on his stream when he got back from Ireland, he equated this to Emmy being sexually assaulted at TwitchCon. And then went on to basically threaten people like Asmongold, saying it's very easy to find your address, you know. Yeah, he's fucking losing it. Hassan is like, he's been spiraling for a while now. He is crashing. He is crashing so fucking hard.
It's continued on for so long. In fact, only
excuse me. He's hitting his victim arc. Hassan is now 100% into his victim arc. He's no longer the I am the top dog political streamer. He's now I'm such a victim. Don't you want to feel bad for me? I'm morally outraged about everything that's happening. I am a victim, and you should feel bad for me, and you should stand behind me because I'm a victim. Did I mention I was a victim? That's his current arc.
Is seething about this. This is why it's continued on for so long. In fact, only a couple days ago, he crashed out because someone approached him in real life with a photo of a Collargate meme. In fact, Hassan was so mad about this, he compared that experience of someone standing next to him with a meme to Emiru being essayed at TwitchCon.
Yep.
They're not in on the joke, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to play it off now. But you might have been looking at his outfit and saying to yourself, what's going on here? Well, I think his post here makes it very clear. It's captioned,
he's a communist.
I'm at a very Chinese point in my life. Do you know any...
So go the fuck back. Hassan. Go the fuck back to China. Leave the US, self-deport, and go back to China. You clearly love the CCP. You love how the CCP treats you because the CCP treats Hassan the way Hassan dreams he was treated in the US. So fucking leave. Both. Get the fuck out. We'll help you pack.
Anyone else who could tweet something like this and his fans like unironically support it? He's literally dressed up like Chairman Mao, which is a leader, an incompetent and cruel leader in Chinese history who is ultimately responsible for somewhere between 40 to 70 million deaths, most of which coming from starvation and political executions. It's very wholesome chungus for him to wear this outfit to the event. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Look at the comments. So when China has no diversity, closed borders, and executes drug dealers, it's not an issue. You look like you're about to send tanks to Tiananmen Square. They would be less tolerant for you there than we are here. It's fun to LARP about China until your YouTube video gets flagged by a AI server cluster running on melted Uyghur biofuel, and you get disappeared by a squad of nondescript, low-level functionaries in Shanghai. Dang. You won't stop until you shock 40 million dogs to death. And that is a common lot.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's got to try and match those Chairman Mao numbers, you know, so, of course.
A lot of people are bringing up, given Chairman Mao's rule here, this is a real fact. During the Cultural Revolution from 1966 to 1976, pet dogs were brutally purged as symbols of bourgeoisie, luxury, and Western decadence, leading to mass slaughter and near extinction.
Okay. I'm sorry, I've got to do it. It's pronounced bourgeois. Bourgeois luxury, not bourgeois. It's where the whole bougie thing is. It's pronounced bourgeois. I'm sorry. It's the writer at me. I had to correct that pronunciation. I'm sorry. I know I'm being fucking petty about this.
Of some breeds. Interesting. Yeah. Like, the jokes write themselves. It doesn't even matter at this point. Like, it's completely shameless. He can pretty much do whatever, and his fans are still going to support him. But this is what he's known for at this point. He's known as the guy who zaps dogs. And I guess he's embracing it with the Chairman Mao outfit. Amazing stuff. But that wasn't the only joke.
Here we go.
We also had Fan here, one of the co-hosts of the events, make a vibrating collar joke to Hassan, and here was his very interesting response.
Hassan is here. Is that a vibration remote in your pocket, or are you just excited to be here?
I'll put it on you later.
Yeah.
Is that a threat or like a? Could you explain?
Look, there it is. Look at how uncomfortable she is. This is a look of, I am now very uncomfortable. Did this man just sexually harass me? Like, at first she was like, gasp, like, trying to play it up, but she's not comfortable. Well, I mean, odds and odds, you could say, like, she should have expected it from Hassan, but, still, she's not comfortable with it, and he did not even hesitate to basically, we all know that Hassan loves to sexually harass female streamers. Cutie Cinderella herself has talked about it. Okay, she's talked about how Hassan would love to just kind of like pump his junk into the faces of female streamers when they were all hanging out together. She should have expected this. Absolutely. But again, it's like, once again, proving that he's an absolute scumbag. And yet they still latch onto him. That's the crazy part. All of these LA streamers still latch onto him and will still defend him.
Could you explain your inspiration for your outfit tonight? It looks familiar for some reason to me.
Why would it be familiar to you? I don't understand. I mean, I got it in China, but yeah.
There it is.
Maybe because I'm Chinese. Maybe that's why. It just looks familiar.
I gotta tell you, isn't that a bit of a weird comment to make, especially when we now know Hassan has a girlfriend by the name of Valkyrie? Okay, so this was his secret.
Yes. And there it is. He's making sexual innuendos at another woman during a live streamed event, and he has a girlfriend. Yeah, and that was the other part. Yeah. Did not even look at her, immediately just facing the camera. Hunting for that camera and just looking at the camera. Like, he's a narcissistic sociopath. And possibly a sexual predator, right? But, you know, that's still a possibility.
I tell you, isn't that a bit of a weird comment to make, especially when we now know Hassan has a girlfriend by the name of Valkyrie? Okay, so this was his secret girlfriend for a while now. It got outed recently by people like Ethan Klein. So he's saying comments like that to another woman. But you know what? That's his relationship. He can do whatever he wants. If he wants to make jokes about putting collars on other women, I guess that's his prerogative. But also weird comments and aggressive comments like that.
Yeah, I've seen
come
this.
at a really bad time when recently there was a big expose by people who apparently were in the same fraternity as Hassan Piker, who are sharing a whole bunch of creepy behavior that he allegedly did, especially creepy behavior towards women in his same college. But yeah, I guess, you know,
creepy behavior that got him kicked out of his fraternity. His fraternity kicked him out because of the way he behaved. He was an absolute scumbag, and he was a scumbag sex pest in a fraternity that actually was known for this kind of activity, because the fraternity got shut down because of their activity like this. So this is a fraternity that was known for basically just doing all kinds of immoral, sick shit with women, that in the end resulted in their entire fraternity being shut down. And even they said Hassan was too much and kicked him out. Okay? That's telling you something. That when Hassan gets kicked out of a sex pest fraternity because he was too much of a sex pest, that's telling. right there.
Reading the room has never been something that he's been really trying to do. But let's move on to the very controversial results
Here we go.
of the Best VTuber Award. Now, this was the nominee list at Chibidoki, Iron Mouse, Kenji, Mori Calliope, and the Burnt Peanut, which will be the controversial one. Let's be honest here. We kind of know where this is going. But there was other stuff going on. So Iron Mouse, obviously one of the faces of VTubing, and she's won this award 2 years in a row. But the disrespect for VTubers was there from the jump. You pretty much expect it with streamer awards or anything like this. Once it gets into kind of the more normie spaces.
Revan? I don't think it's people were mad because Mousy wasn't the default pick. People were mad that Mousy didn't get picked because Mousy has been through hell this year. That's, I think, like for fans of Iron Mouse, people were mad that she didn't get picked because she has gone through absolute hell this year with VShojo going under, with the fact that VShojo stole all of her all of her charity money to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, the fact that she then took it upon herself to reinvigorate the entire charity and to take in over double for the Immune Deficiency Foundation that the shoujo stole, the fact that she headlined the opening for TwitchCon, like she has been through a great deal this year. And for fans of Mousy, that's why they were pissed that she didn't win. Not that she just, she should have been the default, but because of everything she went through. But that's just Mousy. There's also people that are fucking pissed, rightly so, that Doki got snubbed for the Marvel Rivals category because she's done more for Marvel Rivals than literally all the people that were nominated for it combined. And that's just two things where people were basically calling out how VTubers were getting massively snubbed by the Streamer Awards, by the LA Streamers, which again, it's the LA Streamers. Of course they're snubbing VTubers. They hate VTubers because they're jealous of us. But that's where people were calling it out, is that VTubers were getting massively snubbed this year, and they were only in two categories. Best VTuber and Best Collab with Mousy and Sea-Dog. And they're calling out how basically Twitch has been treating VTubers like shit, and now the LA streaming scene with the Streamer Awards are doing the same goddamn thing as Twitch and snubbing VTubers because we're VTubers and people like us more than they like the LA streamers. That's basically it.
You see a bunch of ridiculous and slanderous and awful behavior directed towards VTubers, and once again, Iron Mouse was no exception, with Jinxie pretending to crash his stream while listening to an Iron Mouse performance. I guess trying to signal to his audience it was so bad, he just wanted to pull the plug on his stream. And
really?
I guess that's what happens when you have to cater to a bunch of people who see anything with VTubers and are probably calling you a bunch of ridiculous names and Reddit tier humor. But anyways, the under the comment.
And again, I will point out, this doesn't matter. Jinxie wants to pretend like he's crashing his stream so he doesn't have to watch Iron Mouse. Okay? Don't care. It doesn't matter. Because the people that want to hear Mousy sing, the people that appreciate her incredible singing talent, will then tune into a stream so they can watch her singing talent. This is nothing. It's petty as hell. What Jinxie did here is petty as hell. It shows that he is a petty, pathetic individual, but ultimately it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Jinxie's opinion about Mousy is literally meaningless. Nobody cares. Except for maybe the people that are writing is dead. Otherwise, nobody fucking cares.
Tier humor, but anyways, the under the comments of that post, someone added context saying Iron Mouse can't leave her house, she's disabled, because some people are like, oh, why isn't she in person? Why isn't she in person? Well, she has an immune deficiency disease. And Ricky Berwick with a big L saying, I'm disabled, that's no excuse for this stuff.
Oh, what the fuck? Man, Ricky used to be like a paragon of based when it comes to disabled. Like, dude, Mousy literally has an immune deficiency. If she leaves the house, she could die from a cold. She is literally a bubble girl. That is her entire thing. The whole reason she is a VTuber is because she is a literal bubble girl. And you're gonna go, oh, that's no excuse for this bullshit? Wow. That's shocking. That's honestly shocking that he would, like, I would figure Ricky would know Iron Mouse's situation. Is he being deliberately dense, or is he just being an asshole here? Because, I mean, Revan, if Ricky doesn't know, then he shouldn't be saying this. And I'm sorry, but it's pretty, like, if Ricky doesn't know, then he's also a fucking moron. Because Ricky is in the streaming space, and everybody in the stream, like, I'm pretty sure just about everyone, especially, like, the big streamers and the big content creators, know that Mousy has an immune deficiency that prevents her from going anywhere, and that results in her being a literal bubble girl. So, this is a huge L take from Ricky that, frankly, I'm amazed about.
Referring to her performance quality, I guess, and then saying, correction, I can only go out on Sundays due to my lack of intelligence. He would delete all of this. But yeah, a lot of people were not too happy to see that from him. But ultimately, the winner of the Best VTuber award would go to Burnt Peanuts. Now, in case you haven't heard of this guy, he uses what some people say is a filter. Some people say it's pre-rigged, but he's a peanut, okay? He's a peanut.
Yeah.
And one of the ongoing jokes in his community, they say it's a bit, so that's what people are saying, that he hates being called a VTuber. He wants to be known as a P-tuber, as a peanut tuber, I guess. Uh-huh. And also, he has made jokes about basically wanting to win this category when he was nominated because it would make a bunch of people in the VTubing scene very upset.
Every time I play with that guy, first thing he says, he goes, make sure you guys go vote Peanut for VTuber of the Year.
Yeah.
And then I riff him up with something. I don't know what I say. But, everybody knows I don't like being called a VTuber just because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Doesn't it just mean virtual tuber?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think if you won, this is a question for everybody, do you think if you were to win an achievement like that VTubers would be pissed?
Wait a second.
Hold up,
wait a minute. Shroud could be onto something.
This could actually be a good thing. If you win, you could, you don't like VTubers, you're P-tuber and all.
The master
so if you
plan.
win the VTuber award,
Big rage bait.
yeah, think about that. Think about the damage you could do to the VTuber community if you won as a P-tuber.
That is an excellent point, Shroud. Excellent point.
Ready to strike.
Wow. I never thought about it that way. Honestly,
Vote for
in.
Peanut.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, vote for
me, gentlemen. Let's get him.
So I think you know where this is going. When he won the award, a lot of...
And this is why I posted the tweet of, don't fall for the rage bait. This kind of shit is exactly why I posted my tweet. Don't fall for the rage bait. It's all meaningless anyway. It means nothing. And don't cave into it.
VTubers and VTuber fans were upset about this because some people just outright said he doesn't fit the definition of a VTuber, which is a very semantic related thing we'll talk about in a second. But a lot of people also see the jokes in his community about not wanting to be a VTuber associated with VTubing whatsoever, and they thought it should have gone to a more traditional VTuber, if you want to say that. But this guy is very successful. He's blown up a lot over the past year, so clearly he's entertaining a lot of people, but I think it came down more to how he fit into this category and also the reactions from people in his community, but also people who just wanted to dunk on VTubers. So they saw this happen, and the comments are just obnoxious. You can see just a small portion here. Peanut won because he's actually entertaining, not a corporate anime bot. Everyone's saying Peanut isn't a VTuber because your favorite man with a $50,000 model in voice changer didn't win, and they share the definition.
Like, what? When is this? 2010? Like, seriously, Immaculate Hole, great fucking name, by the way. Are we still on this, like, all VTubers are just, like, overweight men with voice changers? Didn't we leave that? Didn't we leave that bullshit behind, like, 10 years ago or something? Are we still on this?
Definition of what a VTuber is. And then this person says Peanut is the only one with a personality. The rest of them are just for teenage gooners. And then you saw this tweet from Kitsu that would pop off. It's got like 50,000+ likes. So a lot of people agree with this, saying non-VTuber won the best VTuber award. And boy, people were not happy about this one. The comments reek, dude. People are just angry at anything that looks like a VTuber. And clearly you can't have any sort of a disagreement.
Oh yeah, Stealth, I have no doubt that people were invading Kitsu's stream. I have no doubt that they came in just trying to dogpile on her, unfortunately. It's... Kitsu... I love Kitsu. She shouldn't have said this, though. I know why she said this. She said this out of emotion. She was angry. She said this out of emotion. Probably on the heels of basically how VTubers got massively snubbed throughout the entire Streamer Awards. Outside of VTubers were only in 2 categories, and we got snubbed big time throughout the Streamer Awards in multiple categories. And now Peanut wins over other VTubers. I think she tweeted this out of frustration and anger. And it probably wasn't a good idea. Unfortunately, she is going to get dogpiled on this. I get her frustration on it. I get her anger. Well, Conga, the problem is Peanut does use an avatar. He does. It's not the traditional anime avatar, or even a 3D anime avatar. And people have, a lot of people have made an association of VTubers with anime avatars. From a technical standpoint, Peanut is a VTuber. He's using a virtual avatar, despite the fact that it's his eyes and his mouth. It is still a virtual avatar. Now, you can certainly hate his attitude about it. That he literally did this just to piss off people. He basically called for his community to vote for him out of spite. Sure, I get that, and I think that was a big factor in why Kitsu made this tweet. Is because he did this out of spite, and VTubers very talented VTubers like Mousy, like Mori, like Chibi, it is. They lost out to him, who did this out of ill intentions, as a meme, as a troll. And I think that's why she tweeted this out of anger. And unfortunately, I think it was a bad idea. I love Kitsu. I think she's absolutely wonderful, but it was a bad idea for her to tweet this, unfortunately.
or a series of questions about this whole situation without being labeled as jealous or a bunch of ridiculously slanderous things. Here's a small, just a tiny snippet of the replies
Thank
to
you,
Kitsu's
anonymous gifter.
post. Wow, you anime incels are really insufferable. Why are you mad that your favorite 50-year-old man streamer who
Oh my
cosplays as a
God.
12-year-old anime girl didn't win Get a Grip, loser? I'm glad he stole that
Jesus
award
fuck.
away from the mentally unstable. Well, VTubing is stupid. You don't get to be secretly ugly and famous.
If this person thinks VTubing is stupid, then why are they? Well, never mind. No, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, you're right. We should let VTubers who show 90% of their bodies and have a community full of gooners win. Do a face reveal, you fat AF. It's not that deep. VTubers don't need to be all lolicons. LMAO, you're mad because he isn't a cringe anime character streaming. VTubers as a whole are extremely cringe. Very glad he won over all of y'all, and especially over you. VTubers are a joke itself anyways. Weird stuff. VTubers are mentally ill. You weren't winning, and he's a VTuber. How is he not?
Okay, this is all concerning to me. This is all very concerning to me because I'm worried about two things. Number one, I'm worried about people that are going to try and gatekeep VTubing after this. That's one concern, is how many VTubers that kind of share in the thought process for Kitsu are now going to try to gatekeep the concept of VTubing, which it shouldn't be gatekept. VTubing should not be gatekept. What? Flat out. There should be no gatekeeping for VTubers. At all. But number two, this is going to spark a fresh hatred for VTubers. And that is going to result, Kitsu is already experiencing it. How many VTubers now are going to basically have their streams invaded by people spewing just some of the most absolutely heinous shit? It's not something that will last, but for a brief time, I could see this being an issue. And gatekeeping basically, by gatekeeping is basically saying, like, it's sort of like virtue signaling or purity testing, where it's like, you're not allowed to be a part of this community unless you do this specific thing. That's basically what gatekeeping is. And Tristan, I don't agree. In terms of like who can, like, what, who is a VTuber? What is a VTuber? Like, literally, VTubers are, do you have a virtual avatar or are you a flesh tuber? And in the end, basically trying to block down this definition is immaterial. It's completely immaterial. And that's why I don't think gatekeeping it is a good thing. Because in the end, what is defined as a VTuber doesn't matter. Again, this is going back to, it doesn't matter what is a VTuber, what is not a VTuber, who won the Streamer Awards, who lost the Streamer Awards. None of it fucking matters. It's not going to do anything for your stream. It will do, as a streamer, it will do nothing to help you. All that matters is, are you enjoying yourself as the streamer? Are you having fun? And is your community having fun? That's what matters. If I was to do a collab with someone that was that just had a PNG, fine. I don't care. As long as the collab is fun, as long as we're having a good time, as long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters. So no, VTubing should not be gatekept. Who the fuck are we to define what a VTuber is? Who the fuck voted or decreed that any one person decides what is or is not a VTuber? Quick answer, no one. It is nebulous in nature. It literally is just a virtual tuber. It is someone that uses a virtual avatar of some sort to basically to stream. That's it. By the definition of the word, VTubing is someone that uses a virtual avatar instead of doing face cam. No one has any right to gatekeep what is a VTuber. No one, by any authority, has been given the power to determine what is a VTuber and what is not. So no, on that I vehemently disagree. VTubing should not ever be gatekept.
Because he's not VTubing as a 13-year-old anime girl. VTubers are genuine losers, not gonna lie. At least his fan base are not simps watching a woman that behaves like an underage girl. Boy,
they are stuck on the lolly. They are stuck. They basically consider every single VTuber. And this is brain rot. This is Twitter brain rot, where they consider every single VTuber a lolly. Yeah, and they're 100% they're Rev haters. They're probably Chibi haters because Chibi is it is like her model is very lolly like. No, lolly like. Her voice is lolly like because she has a very high, soft voice. Same with Saba. Yeah, that's it. And they're also jealous because they're getting so much more attention than they are. This is again jealousy. This is again a collective of people that hate the fact that VTubers are getting more attention than them. That's when it blows down. Because notice the views on these. 2, 4, no likes, no retweets, no comments. They're jealous. They're jealous that VTubers were actually able to make a go of VTubing, that they were actually able to become popular, and many of them are able to actually earn a decent living from being a VTuber. And they're jealous as fuck. And so they're just hating on them because they hate the fact that people don't look at them, people don't flock to them like they do to VTubers. They hate that they're successful. That's it. They don't actually care about it. They just hate that VTubers are more popular and far more liked than they. That's honestly it. Okay, chat, 2 seconds. Be right back. Sorry about that. Scout apparently decided she really wanted more treats and decided to knock over the whole container of treats. So I had to clean it up before she gorged herself on them. Typical orange cat behavior. Anyway, let's continue.
It's a lot of projection, ladies and gentlemen. They see a simple post, and a lot of these people are just projecting about some very weird stuff.
No! You had been fed and fed well, and you even got treats before I started stream. Stop it! No, you're not getting more. No. You got your food, you got your treats. You're gonna become fat.
Stuff. But it's weird to see a lot of these comments so angry about VTubers and how, they say how VTubing is so stupid and lame and gross. And then they're fighting for their lives to justify this guy being considered a VTuber. In fact, if you go to the proposed notes, people have been trying all day to add a note saying, regardless of opinion, the burnt peanut fits the definition of a VTuber. And yeah, we're doing kind of the actuallys. If you have to really go to the actuallys, I think you're going to lose a lot of the people. At the end of the day, the people who think he's a VTuber or don't like VTubers are going to consider him a VTuber. And among VTubers, it's going to be kind of split, right? And you can see here, a lot of people think like this. As much as I love Peanut, I think this category should have stricter rules about what qualifies as a VTuber, especially since Peanut himself has said multiple times that he doesn't really consider himself a VTuber and isn't fond of VTubing culture.
So, again, this is where the biggest issue is that if Peanut had basically responded to getting nominated or responded to this saying, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and vote for me as a VTuber. I myself don't think of myself as a VTuber, but if you think I'm a VTuber, then okay, go ahead and vote for me. he did it out of spite and did it to deliberately piss people off. That, I think, is the sticking point. That, I'm pretty sure, is the sticking point for a lot of people, is that he basically encouraged people to do the vote. And again, question mark on whether or not the votes actually mattered. There's still a question mark on that one. But the fact is he encouraged people to vote for him to get him like put into the Streamer Awards as a VTuber out of spite, out of anger, out to fuck with people. Hi, Kitsu. How's it going? You were just on screen. Your tweet was just on screen, Kitsu. How is you? I heard you had a rough stream. You doing okay? I heard you got kind of invaded. You doing all right? I hope. No, honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through that. We're talking about the thing, and okay, Kitsu, I got a question for you. And no, I'm not gonna try and like dig at you, poke at you, or anything like that. But I got a question. The tweet that you made about Peanut. I get that you were angry. Like I get it. Would it be safe to say that your tweet was made about Peanut winning because of the manner in which he orchestrated his nomination in the first place? In that he orchestrated his nomination to be nominated for Best VTuber out of spite, out of trying to troll everybody. Like, I don't think I'm a VTuber. I don't like VTubers. But you know what? Let's fuck with them and make them angry. And it was basically a spite nomination. Oh, yes. Oh, Kitsu, yes. I fully agree with that. The Streamer Awards in and of themselves are shit. I've said as much. But would it be safe to say maybe your emotions kind of got a hold of you on that one? Because that's my feeling. My feeling is you got caught up in emotion when you made your tweet, and you were angry, and just kind of rode those emotions when you put out your tweet. Does that seem fair? Because that's the feeling that I got. Is you were just writing off that intense emotion when you posted. It wasn't that deep? No? Okay. I know you're gonna be catching some hell. I know you're gonna be catching some hell. The only solace I can offer you is this is the age of the internet, and probably in less than a week, it's likely gonna be forgotten about. That's the one solace I can offer you is, yeah, probably by Wednesday, people are likely gonna forget about it. So, good. I try and give you a hug, but I don't have a hug emote, but just pretend I'm giving you a hug, kid, so. And feel free to stick around and put in any comment. Feel free to offer any commentary that you have on this one as we're going through it.
Here's another one saying, call me lame, but this is really disheartening to see. To me, it's not even because of his model, but more of how he holds himself. He doesn't associate himself as a VTuber and doesn't really represent or support the VTubing community. A lot of people are like, haha, you mad? But it's really, we just wanted someone to win that supports the VTubing community and that are actually proud to be one. Here's another response saying, him even being nominated basically showed how much this award was a joke. And that's really, I think, the ultimate takeaway. I don't think this is something worth like seething and crashing out over. But I think some of the issues people are raising about how broad this category has become, I think those are valid things to say. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is the Streamer Awards. Like, this is a joke anyways. Like, I don't think these people running it really care at all about VTubers. Let's be...
Mike, bless you. Unfortunately, I think Kitsu and I work on different schedules. I don't know if we'd ever actually be able to do a collab of any kind. Because Kitsu streams earlier in the day, usually when I'm still working and then she's done with her stream by the time I start. So honestly, I have no idea if our schedules would even come close to being able to match enough if Kitsu was even interested in doing a call out. Yeah, there you go, Kitsu. Yeah, it's like, wait, it's 4 a.m. Honey, go to bed. Oh, I'm thrilled that you're in my stream, but honey, if it's 4 a.m. and you need some sleep, get some sleep. Seriously, you've had a very long day with everything you had to deal with. If you need to go to bed, I love that you came to stream and to say hi. Yeah, you know I always love it when you're here. But if you're tired, if being at 4 a.m., don't hesitate to say I gotta go to bed and leave. Don't even hesitate, okay? Jwat, I love you.
Entirely honest or know that much, and even some of the people who lost the category, like Iron Mouse said, me cringing at all the people mad that Peanut won. Every VTuber in that category deserved to be there.
And this is the one, Heckle, you said that Mousy was catching death threats for. Right? Am I correct about that, Heckle? That this right here, this tweet, has resulted in Mousy receiving death threats? That's insane. That is absolutely insane. That people are going to send death threats to Mousy because she said that everyone in that category deserved to be there. A completely benign statement. And people are giving death threats to a disabled VTuber with a brilliant singing voice who is one of the most popular VTubers in history. This is just insane. Random Twitter comments, been getting those too. It's possible, kids. Well, Heckle was saying that he was in her stream, and she mentioned it in her stream. So I don't know if it's one or two, or if it's a prevalent amount. I don't know. We will probably hear. I'm sure Rev will talk about it tomorrow.
The only thing I add really is that you have to be a little bit cognizant of what's going on. I'm seeing literally thousands of comments dunking on VTubers because of this results. So I think it's important to realize that, yeah, as mainstream as you might think VTubing is, this is another reminder that no, it's really not. And a lot of people are not laughing with VTubers over the situation. They're laughing at VTubers. And I think it's important to notice that. But speaking of cringe, let's get back to the event itself. Let's look at the other categories. There was a situation where FaZe Ronaldo made some comments about India Love. If you don't know who any of these people are, you're probably gainfully employed. But India Love, a streamer, apparently ran on stage and said that DDG and Rakai deserve to be the breakout streamer of the year.
Yeah,
and
for God's
FaZe
sake.
Ronaldo said she has BBL brain. That's pretty funny. But what happened? So, Adapt, a member of FaZe, won Best Breakout Streamer. Okay, he won his award. Then what happens? Oh, a grown woman runs onto the stage to protest who she thought should have won. This was not a planned event. She literally crashed onto the stage to do this.
Real quick, y'all. I know Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt. And congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai, shout out. Blah, 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 blah.
She thinks she's fucking Nina Lynn. She thinks she's a combination of Kanye and Nina Lynn. What the? This is pure fucking entitlement right here. Like, pure fucking entitlement. And I have a question. How the fuck, like, was there any security at this event? What was there any security, like, standing by to maybe prevent her from, like, jumping up on stage and why did they have the mic active? Why was this mic even active? The minute she jumped on stage and grabbed the mic, why did the tech department instantly not kill the microphone? Yeah, Tadashi, yeah. They're saying this is not planned, but the fact is that, okay, either this was planned, or another very strong possibility, the people running this event are fucking incompetent. One of the two. It is. It's gotta be one of those two. And hi, Fuka. How you doing? Long time no see. You're catching me at the very end. I was trying to finish at a reasonable time. Oh, that plane went out the fucking window, but that's okay. We ball. Welcome in.
Not only is this just kind of embarrassing and shameless behavior, realize also this is a 29-year-old woman, and one of the people, like Rakai, for example, that she's whining about for not winning this award and literally crashing the stage to protest on the behalf of, is a 17-year-old. So, like, I think this is a kind of a weird thing to do, and apparently people were saying she was also drunk, which I guess would make a lot of sense, and you can see the reaction from Asmongold here kind of sums up how a lot of people are looking at this. And yeah, there's also some comments to be raised because apparently Cutie Cinderella during this was making jokes about Rakai stealing things. And people are trying desperately in tweets, with a lot of support, by the way, saying she's racist. Well, unfortunately for them, he literally does steal things. This is not a racial comment. He literally stole $6,000 from clicks and also shoplifted flowers on...
This is the motherfucker that grabs a Oh, I've seen this. I've seen the clip of this. He goes into like a grocery store, grabs a bouquet of flowers, walks up to just some random shopper and says, "Here, I bought these for you." And she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." Hands them to her and then walks away and giggles. Yeah, he hands it to a lady that's leaving and but tells her, "I bought these for you." And she's like, "Oh, thanks." And then he walks away, and basically it makes this woman an accomplice to theft. Like an unwitting, unknowing accomplice to theft. Because chaos streaming. Fuck these chaos streamers. I fucking hate these chaos streamers. They damage streaming so fucking much. They need to get cracked down. Like all of these live cam chaos streamers, there needs to be crackdowns on this because they are actually damaging the concept of streaming. And so when people now hear, "Oh, you're a streamer," oh, they need to go around fucking with people all day long. It's gonna go south very bad soon. With all these chaos streamers, people are like the quote unquote normies are becoming done with it. The normies are becoming done with these live chaos streamers that are just causing so much shit. Getting in massive fucking car accidents, harassing people, annoying people, committing crimes just for clicks and likes and subs. People are done with it. And the streaming services legitimately need to start cracking down on this level of behavior.
Stream, and that happened like a couple days ago. In fact, the first event is why he's banned currently. And this was a bit he did. He went into Walmart and gave people flowers that he did not pay for, and then ran away because he knew.
Wearing a Grinch onesie. He's just... Okay, so hold the fuck up here. People want to bitch and moan about VTubers looking like little children or looking like lollies. This grown-ass fucking man is wearing a goddamn child's Grinch onesie. Okay? So the next time someone wants to bitch and moan about VTubers, that they're like looking like children to try and get clicks, remind them that fucking Rakai committed a crime on stream while wearing a childlike Grinch onesie, looking like a 5-year-old.
For, and then ran away because he knew when they exited the store, they were going to be flagged by security. So this guy, he's kind of doing what the joke is intending, right? But things get even sloppier when Fan comes back out, the co-host, and makes some comments to Kai Cenat, and basically implies he's like Diddy. It doesn't go well.
So congratulations to you. Oh, and also congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
My fuck. Okay, well, that Revan, that's all kinds of oh god. She said, "Congratulations on your documentary with 50 Cent," basically referring to a documentary that came out where Diddy was talking about his life leading up to his trial. Diddy did a documentary, like 50 Cent, if I'm remembering this correctly, 50 Cent did a documentary on Diddy where he was basically with Diddy in the days leading up to his trial that he was convicted for sex crimes. And, you know, all from, like, Diddy's perspective. And, like, you're gonna equate Kai Cenat, one of the most popular streamers in existence, to Diddy? And you think this is funny? Like, this is, like, there was no preparation for this. All the money that got put into this, no preparation. None whatsoever. They just handed her a mic and told her fucking riff. And clearly she doesn't know how to riff. She is not a professional comedian. She doesn't know how to do a funny bit that is not, like, grievously insulting to at least one person. Boy.
If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this mic, now turn this shit on. Turn this shit on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
Yep.
If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
Again, more just kind of generally obnoxious behavior. I don't know how anyone really finds this stuff too entertaining, but yeah, you know what? There's one thing to make jokes, but like to call a dude and imply he's like Diddy to his face in front of all of his colleagues and friends and in front of hundreds of thousands of people watching the live stream. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think most people would take that one on the chin too much, but this right here, if this guy had an issue, he should have just said something afterwards. But, you know, I guess grabbing the mic.
No, Rev, no. Like Jacoby, yeah, you're right. He's absolutely right. If she's gonna make a joke like that, equating Kai Cenat to Diddy, yes, she should have been called out like that publicly. 100%. I am disagreeing with Rev on this completely. That you're gonna make that kind of a joke, you need to get called out about it immediately in public. Absolutely. What you like, and his call out was lightweight. This was a lightweight call out by saying, if you're gonna make a joke, at least make it funny. Instead of actually getting on the microphone and saying you're a racist cunt, that just basically equated to the most popular streamer in the streaming space, one of the literal top people in the streaming space, and you just equated him to an accused and convicted sex criminal. Like, what he just said here, by at least make the joke funny, was lightweight compared to what he could have said. And he's absolutely right for calling her out immediately. This whole fucking thing was a shit fest. This whole streaming awards was an absolute shit fest.
Away from people as a theme of the nights. apparently. But anyways, things would get even cringier when Cutie Cinderella wanted to end the night on a positive note. And, you know, some jokes landed, some didn't, but I think this is the ultimate joke of the night, where she's saying she wants to build bridges and have an award show like this as a vehicle for togetherness.
Which she doesn't even want to be a streamer anymore. Let's hear her bullshit.
What I was saying, though, is that I never created this show with the sole purpose of handing out awards. So little boy up there, I hope you feel really good about yourself, because this right here, this is a vehicle for togetherness. This is about building bridges, okay? That's what this is for.
Okay, I'm sorry. When she called out little boyers, are we back in, does she think she's back in high school? Like, seriously, she's treating this like it's a fucking high school event. What the fuck? Yeah, it's not even like it's the Mean Girls Club. This is teenager bullshit. This is teenage high school bullshit right now. She's acting like the class fucking president, and this is some kind of class event, and she's like, I don't fucking know. This is so fucking stupid.
And if you're watching right now, maybe you're watching in a chat right now with your favorite streamer. Maybe it's in a Discord call with some friends. Maybe you took the time out of your day to come into this room and watch and be together with us today. And for one night out of the whole entire year, I am lucky enough that all of you let me bring you together, because we are so quick to criticize online, and I hope a night like this reminds everyone to slow down and find time to support each other.
Now, I'm sure it's not obvious.
Agents! Take notes! I will expect a report on my desk tomorrow. If looking at also, bearing in mind, a few days before this event, she actually did an interview with the BBC saying that she doesn't want, basically heavily implying she doesn't want to be a streamer. She actually said in an interview with the BBC a couple days ago that if she could go back to her former self, she would have told her younger self, don't become a streamer. She doesn't want to do this anymore. Like, and if that, yeah, exactly. No one's stopping her. She can leave at any time. She's a millionaire. She's rich as hell. She is rich enough that she can live the rest of her life off of what she's earned from streaming. You don't like it? There's the door. Nobody's forcing you to stream.
Right now, but I'm really trying to focus in. I'm trying to get a laser focus on situations like this, because whenever I see stuff...
Oh my god, he's even pulling the laser joke. He's even pulling the laser joke from side scrollers. Yeah. So he admits it. He admits it that the glasses are in control of lasers on the moon. And the glasses are being used to focus the targeting beam. Agents, take note. He is admitting to this. He is admitting to this. More research will be needed into locating this laser.
Like this, I think it's a load of baloney. Okay, personally, like looking at this, her message about the streamer awards and how this is a place where we're having a vehicle for togetherness and building bridges and yada yada yada. It's just some kumbaya stuff. We all know this is just another circle jerk of the popular streamers in the scene, and they're just there to pat each other on the back and feel important and apparently create a lot of drama as well. But yeah, let's not pretend that's not what this is. On top of that, Cutie Cinderella being the person to deliver all this and to host the streamer awards is very ironic, given the fact that
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that he didn't choose my tweet because I actually linked the BBC article in my tweet. And the thumbnail that was used by the BBC actually has the text that she doesn't want to be a streamer anymore. So I'm a little disappointed that Rev didn't use my tweets.
Recently, in an interview, she said she would be a much happier person if she never became a streamer. The timing on this, not the best. But there's also something else in this that I want to point out. It's not really that fair. It's not really a vehicle for togetherness like she wants to say. It's the people in the in crowd, specifically people who are brand safe. And brand safe has a very weird definition because apparently zapping dogs is brand safe, but being people like Asmongold is not. And this was his thoughts about the future possibility of him ever winning a streamer award. Spoiler alert, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yep.
Maybe next year people vote for you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure, guys. For sure. For sure, I'm going to get in there tomorrow. I'm never going to win an award. I'm never going to get invited to the show. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen next year. It's not going to happen the year after that. It's never going to happen. Like it, love it, hate it, cry about it. That's the way it is. They never going to give me an award. I could get double the views as everybody else, double the votes as everybody else, and they would say nope. And I wonder why. I wonder why. It's a fucking mystery. Nobody knows why. Nobody can figure it out. So yeah, and yeah, that's it. And so, because you wouldn't go, I mean, I never went before. Honestly, I never went before. But no, I'm like, don't ever expect that to happen. It's never gonna happen. Like, I'm just being real.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if people like Asmongold, who clearly are at the top of the streaming game, are not even invited or even included as a nominee for anything, stuff like this is a joke. Streamer awards are a joke, and they really exist to create drama, clip-worthy moments for people to flex who are there, and also to bring up some discussions like, you know, the whole VTubing thing we talked about today. It brings up some subjects that are worthy of discussion, but not for the reasons that I'm sure the Streamer Awards intended. But yeah, that is the events.
It's all a joke.
I look forward to 2026 if it happens. But once again, the Streamer Awards providing some quality content, not in the way they probably intended, but that's kind of the way things work. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
And I'm just going to conclude it by saying this. And I'm repeating, but it is something that bears repeating. The Streamer Awards don't matter. None of it mattered. Never did. It's just a bunch of, it's the same as the Oscars, it's the same as the Emmys. It's a bunch of elitists, in this case, LA streamers, patting themselves on the back, telling them how wonderful they are, how wonderful each other are, to basically just try and say, look at us, look at how beautiful I am. That's it. It's not going to affect people's streams. It's not going to boost. It's not going to decline. Well, it might decline, depending. But it's not going to boost anybody's streams. It's not going to make someone suddenly insta-famous. None of it matters. Because as long as you enjoy being a streamer, and as long as the people in your stream enjoy your stream and have a good time, that's all that matters. No award is going to cause that. No award is suddenly going to make you a good streamer or make your stream enjoyable. It's only you as the individual streamer that can have fun doing your stream and make it so that your community has fun doing taking part in your stream. It's all on you. Do it for yourself. Do it for your community, and fuck everyone else.